This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America.
Welcome to the Rooftop Podcast number 3. I'm your host, Sean McManama. This is my co-host, Cody Kunkel. And today we have 2 special guests in Szynsko. How you doing?
Good morning, Vietnam.
And then our other special guest in Derek Bush. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. And our sideline reporter, as always, and my brother, Chris. How's it going?
Good, right? Locked in on NBA.
Alrighty, yep. In today's episode, we're going to get to the NBA playoff predictions, teams who took a step forward and backwards, also the NBA offseason. We'll also get to where do we think LeBron James is going to go to, Paul George, and will Kawhi Leonard get traded, and should Russell Westbrook also get traded, and then also player salaries, something we don't talk about enough in today's world. I feel like
who's earning that money?
Yeah, if they're earning it or if they're overpaid, underpaid, and then the final take. I want to get to James versus Jordan. Who's the better player? Yep, and then so let's get to it. Before we actually get to it, I do want to say Derek is a huge Houston Rockets fan, so that'll be fun. As you know, Cody and I were all Philadelphia Sixers. Yeah, so fuck it, we're done. And then, Sean, who's your favorite team?
To be honest with you, man, as a team, in an organization, I like the Mavericks, but I am a fan of Steph Curry. I like how he's the first NBA player to have his own cell phone.
Okay.
And I really feel like he's on the come up right now.
Even
though he's battling some injuries, I feel like he is the future.
So you're a big Curry fan. You got Seth Curry on the Mavericks, and then you got Steph
that is
Curry.
true. You got the 2 Curry brothers.
Hey man, I like my Curry.
Yeah.
Extra spicy. You hear it straight from the source, America.
On the rooftop.
Guess who's a free agent this year?
Who?
Seth Curry.
Seth Curry. You think he'll go to Golden State?
I don't know if he'll go to Golden State.
Okay, well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So let's start with the Eastern Conference. Let's go with the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cody, who do you got winning first?
Cleveland.
You got Cleveland. Okay.
LeBron James, actually, that's what I mean.
You got LeBron. 1 versus 5. Okay. Sean, who you got?
I like the Cavs. I think LeBron has a lot to prove. Like you'll continue to speculate on this podcast.
Okay. And now Derek, let's get into detail about this.
Okay.
Who do you got? Why do you got? Who's the X factor?
Yeah.
Okay. So go on. Tell me.
First off, I think Cavs in 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got off easy with the Raptors, sweeping that series, but we're going to go back to the same smash mouth basketball that you got from the Pacers in the first round. I see the Celtics definitely, they got home court advantage off the bat.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 games at home. Mm-hmm. They're going to be playing hard for their team. I see them splitting the series right off the bat. I think they can. The Cavaliers they're defeatable.
Okay, so you think Cleveland takes one in Boston though?
Absolutely.
Which is huge.
Absolutely.
That'll be a make or break. And Boston hasn't lost from home, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll definitely be the Brad Stevens show. It's the team of adjustments and how well he coaches the game. Jaylen Brown is going to be LeBron's matchup. If anyone knows that, he's a rookie. He's an amazing rookie first and foremost. Is he? That's
He's
right.
second.
You're talking about Tatum then.
Tatum, the small forward Tatum. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a rookie. You heard him right after he got done defeating the Sixers. He says, "How are you going to guard LeBron?" And he's like, "I don't know. We're going to figure it out."
Yeah, he's just going to go with it. And you know what?
Yeah, it's up to Brad Stevens to make those kind of adjustments.
And that might not be a bad thing. With being a rookie, you've never really played LeBron in a playoff series. So you're going to give it your all. That might not be
sure.
Yeah, it might not be a bad thing. Where, as for guys like DeMar DeRozan, you already know LeBron's just going to 4-0 sweep, right?
Yep.
As for my X factor for the Boston Celtics, I'm going to go with Scary Terry.
Terry Rozier, absolutely.
I think this guy can heat up in a second, especially when he's at home. He really killed the Philadelphia 76ers.
So you got the Celtics winning the series?
Yes, I got the Celtics winning the series in 6.
Well, I'm not happen.
Interesting side
Maybe.
note, Al Horford
Stevens.
1 and 16 versus LeBron in playoffs.
All right.
That's a
Let's
shame
look
you
back.
say that because if I was going to get to my key factor, it's Al Horford.
Yours is Al
Yeah,
Horford. Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
he is going to be the man who is the biggest points per game. I don't think he's going to have the most rebounds or steals or be even the most impactful, but his veteran leadership and how he gets the Celtics out of sticky situations at the shot clock getting under 6 seconds, like the man plays so hard, and I think that's the glue in the team that works so
He's
well.
great.
Yeah, it's not always your best player that
Great
you're.
team.
Absolutely.
He's such a savvy veteran too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it seems like he's always doing the right thing. He's never making the mistake.
Yeah.
And that's why they're paying him $20-something million a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
can pay Boogie Cousins
Now-
$20-something million a year next year.
Al Horford, $27.7 million.
$27.7 million. Wow.
Gotta pay for grit.
Yeah, you got to pay for grit. I'd like to talk about on the Cleveland side, though, a guy who, to me, I think is always kind of their X factor in games. Well, not always. I mean, I could be wrong, but in the past, J.R. Smith. He's a microwave, you know? Some games, he's going to go 8 for 12, 20-something points, and play good defense. But then other games, he's going to go 1 for 11,
Yep.
have a basket,
Be a
and
trash can.
and not play any
More
defense.
fouls.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
Meme on Twitter.
And that's where it starts with that style of offense these days where, like, LeBron is going to drive to that rim. That's what he does best. And so if he gets that double team from somebody, if somebody comes off that corner, that's where JR's swish is on the corner, always
Yeah.
waiting for his money.
Yeah, like
So,
I
like,
did that.
exactly.
JR
Yeah,
switch.
he's going to make his money out in the corner if
Does he
LeBron
ever
can draw
not
it.
stand on that corner?
No. I mean,
Well,
that's a little.
he's
He
gonna
doesn't.
dish it to Corver.
Does he
Yeah.
always just stand there?
He's the weirdest player I know where he actually enjoys contested shots. He is not the guy who likes that open three and practice shot. He wants someone in his face.
That's true.
What do you- that kind
Yeah,
of
he'll
guy.
wait. He'll
Yep.
wait to shoot and then shoot it.
What do you think Kevin Love needs to do in this series?
That's
Okay, but why do
be
you
the old Kevin Love.
Okay. But do you think they need to play him at center or forward? Power forward.
It's not me.
Okay.
Okay,
What-
so if I had to say, I would definitely see them starting Kevin. Maybe like game 3 or 4 if they need some adjustments. Kevin can go to the 5, but I think it's time for Tristan Thompson to probably go
You
back
think
to
he
his
deserves
position.
it? And you know, I do too. I mean, I get matchup wise and everything, but it seems like every time Tristan Thompson's on the court in this playoff series,
What's that, Monkey?
he's playing well. He's doing great.
Yeah,
Everything about it. So I'm a big fan of Tristan Thompson. I think they should play Kevin Love at the 4.
Yep.
And then obviously LeBron and so on.
Yeah, you know, Kevin Love's not going to be ball handling. He's just like any other guy. He's going to be out on the wing or the corner waiting for his shot if he can get it. Other than that, he's out there defensively to try and hold them back as much as he can.
I got
Who
you.
are the Cavaliers bigs again? I know it's Love and
Yep.
Tristan
Thompson.
Thompson, but
And LeBron
don't they have?
James.
Yeah, LeBron.
Well, no. But don't they have like an actual center?
Ante Zizic is one.
Yeah.
He's that rookie.
Is
though.
he in the rotation right now?
Not anymore. He
No.
was
The
definitely in the
rotation
regular
shortens
season.
Sorry, the rotation it shortens in the NBA playoffs.
Okay. I mean, we could see a few minutes by him, a few jump minutes, and
Yeah, I mean, in the
See what he
playoffs,
does.
I mean, some of the Rockets,
Shout out
like
Victor
9,
Beer.
10, 11, man, they come in. Depends on blowouts or what type of matchups you're looking for.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that guy in this series. I do.
So you got the Celtics in 6. Or I'm sorry, I got the Celtics in
do.
6. You got Cleveland in 6.
I do.
Okay. Now I want to talk about LeBron's legacy real quick. I don't think this changes at all with them losing in 6. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers did way more than what I thought they would this season, especially what they were looking like over earlier in the year. I think the trade with Rodney
Jazz.
Hood and Larry Nance Jr. and the Lakers
Jordan
guy,
Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson and all them, I think that helped them a lot. Now, let's move on. You're a Houston Rockets fan. And Sean, you said you like Golden State. Who do you got in this series?
Man, I don't know. I'm more of a football fan myself. But
Go with your heart.
Go with your heart. 7-game
What your heart's
series.
saying
You
right
gotta
there.
pick one or the other.
I mean, I told you I like Golden State.
Golden State.
Okay.
How many games do you think it's gonna take? Do the Rockets got a couple in them, or is it a 4-game sweep?
I think that the Rockets are going to rely on James Harden a lot. I think James Harden is going to have a lot to say, a lot to do, a big part in if they win or lose.
A lot of flopping.
Unfortunately, that is the pressure you take when when you are a franchise player like that.
When you get to this level.
Yep, it's when you get on this level, but when you're at this point in the season, you take on a lot of pressure. I followed the 76ers journey somewhat.
Harden's been here a bunch of times.
He has, but from what I understand, that the organization had to make decisions, and they landed in favor of James Harden. So, again, that puts more pressure on him. But I think at the end of the day, Golden State they have more talent.
Yes, agreed.
Yep.
Okay, and then, Cody, do you have any take on this?
Yeah, my heart says I want Houston to win, like it all. But my brain says Golden State's probably going to win in 5 with like a bunch of blowout games, and it's just going to be a terrible series.
Okay, and me personally, I would never bet against the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
I think they're a super team. You know, you add Kevin Durant, the second best player in the league. The third best player is Steph Curry, okay? Steph Curry. And then you got Draymond Green, a do-it-you-could-all kind of guy. He's going to play good defense, good offense, good passing, you know? And he brings toughness to that team, which they need. And then Klay Thompson. That's my X factor for the series.
Yep.
I actually have Golden State winning that game, or that series, in 5. Because I just think they're too talented. I don't see how Houston can compare to them, but what's your take on that, Derek?
All right. This is going to be a lengthy one because, like I said, I'm a Houston biased. So I have been following this since July 1st of last year when it was free agency time and I heard Chris Paul was on the market. All right?
Yeah.
So,
let's get to that. What'd you think? How happy were you? And Cody's little brother, Tyler.
I was going to say,
He's
shout
a
out to
huge-
Tyler
Yeah.
because it literally the second it popped up on my ESPN, I called Tyler Kunkel because it was an
He's a LA Clipper fan, by the
Clipper
way.
diehard, but even Chris Paul more. And, you know, it's RIP. Like, literally, all of his Clippers are gone. He's going to have to. He's got DeAndre. He's got DeAndre.
Yeah, he might be gone too.
And Austin Rivers is still there?
Yeah, he's got Austin Rivers. Yeah.
Coach's son. Yeah. So it goes back that far whenever Chris Paul came to the Rockets because he felt like the workload was too heavy on him in Clippers uniform. And James Harden could not get over that Western Conference Finals hump because it was all dialed down to him.
Yeah.
You bring up both
I
of
don't
those
think he's ever
legends.
been there.
You bring up both of those legends, and
Can't get over the hump if you've never been there.
it's time because like they built this team to beat the Warriors. That is literally the only reason they built.
So
Chris
what are
Paul.
your matchups that you like? And I'm not talking James Harden, Chris Paul, Clint Capella. Everybody knows that. But what are your other matchups that you think that the Houston Rockets can do to beat the Golden State Warriors?
Absolutely. It definitely comes to the depth. Like, you want your starters to perform, but when it comes to, you know, halfway through the first quarter and you need points, you got Eric Gordon coming off the bench.
I like
Yeah.
He is
him.
the,
I
he is
like
the
him.
three-point contest winner last year. The guy can get hot quick. And if you ask me, he's probably one of my X factors of that game.
Okay.
Because
defense.
I'm telling you what,
Yeah.
he is quick. He is, like, quick thinking.
He's always got that weird shot.
Very
you
weird
know?
shot,
Yeah, he's
but
got
it's a
that.
laser beam.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. And then you have Trevor Ariza, who is another great X factor.
And he's the one player on their team that's actually won something.
Absolutely.
With the LA Lakers in 2009.
Correct,
He's
yeah.
been to a couple I think he's been to at least 2 championships.
He understands
So-
where it's at and what it takes to get over the hump.
He's one of those savvy veterans.
And then I see Chris Paul obviously going
Mm-hmm.
against Steph Curry. That's going to be an amazing matchup. Immediately after that, who do you get?
Durant.
Kevin Durant will be Trevor Ariza right off the bat.
Yeah. No, that'll
That's
be
good. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Trevor Reese is a good defense.
Like I said,
player.
he's been in the finals. He's a 3-and-D type of guy.
Okay.
Though he's lengthy as well. Kevin Durant's going to get his shots.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
in conclusion, I think it's going to be one of the hardest matchups the Rockets have ever seen. I think if you can beat the Warriors, you get the finals in the bag. I think it's Rockets in 7.
Okay.
So how do you stop the Warriors, though?
The Warriors thrive in fast break transition. You know,
Okay.
you miss a shot, they got the board and they're moving down court. They're
Same
going to
with
get
Golden
their
State.
absolute. Well, that's what Golden State does.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you got to try and do is once you take your shot, screw it. I mean, rebound sometimes, but like you get back on defense and you got your man because
Yeah.
that's where they're going to get you right off the bat. The second thing is the big thing with the Rockets. Get over 15 threes a game.
Yeah,
It
and
seems like you need to get
This
that.
is where I
many.
want to butt in. It seems like every game this season that Harden has a good game, Chris Paul doesn't. Paul has a good game, Harden doesn't. And that's my worry. And let's say Harden, if you look at the series before the series that they just played, he did not play well at all.
Yeah.
He's in a slump.
And
And
still flop just as he efficiently can.
Okay, yeah.
Flopped is fine.
I mean, give or
he-
take. But, like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, like, he can't play that way. He's got to play the whole series lights out to beat Golden State because Kevin Durant, 9 times out of 10, will never make a mistake.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Steph Curry, he can sometimes have his shooting nights where he's not hot, but guess what? He heats up in a second.
Absolutely.
Once he hits...
they'll be like down 5, and then all of a sudden they'll hit like 7 threes in a row, and they'll be up like 20.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that really is encouraging.
Classic Golden State.
The one thing is encouraging me is the Rockets this playoffs are number 1 in least amount of turnovers per game. So I'm thinking with James Harden as the main ball handler, he can get that drive to the basket anytime he wants. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he can get to that drive and not risk the turnover, that's where those threes come in, and that's where I'm hoping. James Harden doesn't have to get 35 points. Chris Paul doesn't have to get 35 points. But if everybody's getting 10 assists.
See, that's where I disagree with you.
Yeah.
100%. I think if they want to beat Golden State, they're going to need to have Harden hit 35 and Chris Paul hit 25.
And he just might. One
and
of those
then
might.
Your bench, like Gordon, Ryan Anderson, he is literally a brick or he's going to swish it.
And he won't play much. He won't
Yeah.
play much.
Yeah, but either way, like I think that they're going to need to hit on all cylinders because if they don't, they will lose. Simple as that.
And the same as the Warriors. They're both so high-powered offenses that the one time somebody has an off-shooting night, that's the key factor. Like, that's exactly the reason why.
Okay, who you got? Steph Curry or Chris Paul? Who's the better player?
Steph Curry is way better offensively compared to Chris Paul, but I think Chris Paul's defense is better. So that's where it kind of makes me wonder, like, I know Chris Paul can play him very well.
Okay, you think so? Okay.
I believe so.
What about Klay Thompson, James Harden?
Thompson, James Harden's defense sometimes lacks on the 3. He sometimes tends to
that's where
drift.
they're going to get him.
He's going to Klay Thompson's going to hit his catch and shoot threes whether he likes it or not. Like, he is amazing.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Klay Thompson's one of the most underrated shooting guard defenders in the league. And I think he's going to be able to put a lock on James Harden as long as he doesn't get in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he'll get into foul trouble, but you never know. And
centers. That's where the big thing happens. When you get centers into foul trouble quick, you have to go small ball.
Yeah.
And you don't have... Who are they going to start? JaVale McGee? Or are they going to, who are they going to start?
See, and that's actually what I wanted to get to with Clint Capella. That is the one matchup in this series that I think that Houston... I have no idea what
Capella? I think he's French, isn't he?
Clint Capella is from Switzerland, but he speaks French as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and that's
Switzerland,
that's the thing I want to get to. He is way better than McGee or I didn't
That's
even know
the
McGee
clear
was still in the
matchup
rotation.
difference here.
And I think if he can dominate, get 20 and 10 each night, or 20 and 15, or whatever you want to
You
say.
get 10 and 20 for all I care. You get 20 rebounds.
I think that's where they would have a chance to win the series. Now, like I said, I have Golden State at 5. But
so what game do you expect the Rockets to win? Just some fluke right off the bat?
I think they'll win the first game 3 at home.
I think
they'll
Game 3 in Golden State.
So they'll
We're
be
gonna
down
win one at
2-0.
Golden State.
Oh,
we get
I
home
made
court
that
advantage.
mistake.
We get home court advantage.
They're going to win
off the
game
bat.
3. They're going to win game 3 when they're away in Golden State.
We got 4 games in Houston, and let me tell you what, they play good at home.
Okay.
They play for their fans, but
Allegedly.
I can't wait to see it. Honestly, no one can predict the future, but it is going to be the matchup I've been waiting since the beginning of the season.
I think it's going to be a better matchup
yeah,
than the Celtics Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah, this is who
yeah.
Houston wanted.
Yeah.
Houston wanted Golden State all year.
To test
You heard
them.
it from their president saying in the beginning of the year, we're doing this so we can beat Golden State.
Yeah, when he said that in
Absolutely.
December, January?
When you
something
signed
like
Chris
that.
Paul, when you
Yeah.
signed Chris Paul, he said this team has been designated to destroy the Warriors.
Yep. And then Draymond said last week. All year.
Yeah, Draymond is going to be a key factor too. His aggression is
he always
unbelievable.
is.
He's a triple-double guy. He'll score freaking 3 field goals and still come out with a triple-double.
And that's why I love Draymond Green. You know what I mean? He's never, ever going to be their leading scorer.
No.
He'll
He's
be
such
lucky.
an energy
He'll be
player.
lucky to be their 5th leading scorer over Andre Iguodala or even Sean Livingston. And that's something that actually we haven't talked to
God.
about. You say about Eric Gordon's bench, but Golden State's bench is damn good. I mean,
Because everyone wants to play there.
yeah, we're looking at Andre Iguodala. I don't know if he's still on the bench.
He's that 5-man switch. It's either Iguodala or JaVale, depending on if adjustments. are
whatever
needed.
lineup they run.
Exactly.
Or Sean Livingston. I mean, you just get a guy who just, he hits that jump shot. The 2-point jump shot. seems like he never misses.
Yep.
You know, and you always got Swaggy P when he comes in.
Swaggy P. You know, he could be on
Who the
fire.
fuck's that?
That's Nick Young. He came from the Lakers.
Iggy Azalea, or Ziggy, or whatever her name is.
Absolutely.
He's not bad.
He's so much fun to watch because when he hits a three and he's feeling himself, like he's gonna cheer down the sidelines.
Oh,
and be
yeah.
like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that is good. Okay, so do you have Houston winning at all?
Yeah.
You got Houston winning at all?
I think it's no. I think
You think their toughest matchup is going to be Golden State?
even better. I think it's the Western Conference to win. Whether it's the Warriors, the Rockets that get out, it's the Western to win this year.
I agree.
I think the Cavs have a lot of inexperience now.
Yeah.
Now that they got all these new players traded, they just aren't ready for what's to come. Like, you need every person working at maximum capacity, and I don't see it.
Chris, who you got to win it all?
I like Cleveland.
You got Cleveland. You think Bron versus,
Okay, so here's my scenario.
Yeah.
If Golden State beats the Rockets and they play Cleveland in the finals, because I think Cleveland's going to win the Eastern Conference, no doubt.
Nigga one, guy. Word up. Look out for the cops, though. Cash food. Word up. 2 5s over here, baby.
We have breaking news here on the rooftop. Our sideline reporter Chris is going to report it to you. What just happened?
Dwayne Casey is out of Toronto. This is very shocking news. He was Coach of the Year this year, and
He had 1 year left on his contract with $6.5 million.
Oh, Zinska chiming in. Okay, so we're all... Okay, so Derek, I'm going to get to that. What's your take on Dwayne Casey getting fired?
We're all shocked, honestly.
We're all shocked.
We're really shocked.
I'm completely shocked because Dwayne Casey was the best coach after Brad
Of
Stevens.
all time in Raptors history, the guy's going to be Coach of the Year this year.
And he just got fired.
It's not right.
You know, that's not the first time that's happened. George Karl, Denver Nuggets, Coach of the Year, fired the next season.
okay,
Yeah.
good. He's a great relationship man, but he's not a strategist when it comes to playoffs.
Actually, see, that's where you're wrong.
I think it's
Dwayne
Kyle and
Casey was
DeRozan.
bad with relationships. DeMar DeRozan and him did not get along.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one player out of
Cody
10.
is very angry that Dwayne Casey is out here. But Cody,
I'm wondering why the chairs keep squeaking.
what do you think? Milwaukee Bucks are looking for a new head coach with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Do you think Dwayne Casey's getting a call in the next 5 days?
You know, I was proud of
Or Mike Budenholzer.
and I saw
Mike
Dwayne
Budenholzer,
Casey
yeah.
Guys,
looks
we
like
have
a
too
real
many-
possibility.
Who?
Cleveland Cavaliers. I should say. Wait, fuck that. LeBron James team. Wherever LeBron's at next, that's where Dwayne Casey's going.
You think he goes to wherever LeBron's at? Why?
Because people like to follow LeBron. It's just
And Dwayne Casey is
how it is.
available.
Dwayne Casey. I don't think Dwayne Casey's going where LeBron
He used to be an
is.
assistant.
Besides, he's the one who got him fired.
Hey, July
So-
1st is
Well,
going to be a very
that's a good
interesting
point.
day.
Well, he's definitely
July
gonna have a hard
1st
time
is
finding
Free
work.
agency.
Okay. So let's take a step back, guys. Let's move on. All right. Let's go to our teams who we thought that were the biggest moving forward as a team, what they did good this year, and then teams who we thought that really just did not do well this season.
I think the Sixers did not do well this season.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was expecting them to get to the fucking conference, at least the Easterns, just get their ass kicked by LeBron James.
Yeah.
But no, they just
But
lost
you
to the
thought-
fucking
I wasn't
Boston
even
Celtics.
expecting them to win 50 games. I was expecting them to
I
win
don't care.
Like
You know what?
40,
I was
35.
expecting-
I like
first.
your expectations.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. Like, honestly, this was a tester year. You never know who's going to be able to, like, how far they're going to go. And I think it's not terrible. I think Boston got away lucky because they didn't have Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
And I also think Philadelphia was 21 and 22 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
Next year's going to be
that's a big
great
thing.
for
So
them.
that's my team that I think that
Cheers to
Fuck
Philly.
you, too.
Next
Here's
year's
to
going
Philly.
to be a great year.
Dilly
Dilly.
dilly. Everybody take a cheers.
Cheers to the Eagles.
Yeah, cheers to the Eagles.
Fuck you.
Anyways, I also like, as a team I like is the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah,
They
we'll-
stole that Paul George trade. And
Yep.
you know what's funny? It was probably in like almost a year ago when Paul George got traded. I was by my phone just sitting outside and I see that trade. And I'm with
Enjoying the sunset.
Yeah. Anyways. And I'm with a bunch of friends, and we're all talking about how we thought the Thunder stole that trade. And
Well,
did you think the Thunder stole that trade?
I think they loaded up too much on the name superstar. I think all three of them together is not going to be what it is worth if they all just went to their own separate teams and tried to build around themselves.
And I get that, Derek. But what I'm saying is, do you think they stole? What did you think of the trade?
I think
at the
Victor
time?
Oladipo is the biggest steal of the freaking decade.
Yeah, but did you see that happening?
No,
Chris, did you see that happening?
No, but Paul George is coming back to the Pacers anyway, so they won the trade.
He's got an option this year.
I don't think he's coming back to the Pacers.
No,
but-
that would be some crazy.
But he is. So
You never
I
know
think
what's
it's
going
going
to
to
happen.
Lakers because that's what.
Well, we'll get to that.
Because he has a
we'll
house
get to that.
there, you know, who cares?
yeah, well, he's going back to Indiana. He's going to pull LeBron. I gotta come back home. I went away and lost.
Yeah, because
Figured out my losses.
Yeah, because he went and won a championship in Thunder, and now he's really matured.
Yeah.
Well,
In the end,
different expectations.
Paul George is the big old winner because he's sponsored by Nike and Gatorade, and he's getting commercials every
Yeah,
single
anyways,
day.
Branding, baby.
He's
Branding.
back in
Good job, Paul.
Good job,
Get
Paul.
all his ass.
Victor Oladipo is Black Panther in the dunk contest, and
Yeah.
he blew it. So here we are.
Okay, so that's a team we thought that did well. Who do you think that did not? That you would say you were disappointed of?
The Thunder.
Oh, that's a good take.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because we talked
Well,
about
what did we just see? What did we just see them do? They blew it. They
did.
fucking blew it. No one thought they were going to blow it. Not
In the
lose
first
to fucking
round?
Utah.
Yeah, that is true. And I'll be
It was
honest.
supposed to be Russell Westbrook versus KD in the playoffs, and we didn't get that. And now I'm disappointed.
So obviously, my co-host is a little bit upset about that. He's not happy about that.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
One
agree
bit.
with you.
And
That was
sideline
that was
reporter
great.
Chris.
Yeah,
he agrees.
that was great.
Okay, Sean, were you disappointed by any teams this year?
I was disappointed about the damn 76ers.
Yeah.
I wanted you guys to pull through. I wanted to see Philly, even though I'm not a huge Philly fan. I wanted to see Philly come out and do something, make something,
was
make
supposed to be Philly
2018 special. And you know what you did, but only to a certain extent.
They blew it.
Unfortunately, the 76ers, they blew it in the last 2 minutes. That wasn't once. That was
Stop
twice.
enough.
Guys, we got to calm down a little bit, okay? Sean, you're up. You're talking.
Just
Okay,
sorry,
so-
I'm feeding off Cody.
Okay, so
The energy's
Ultimately,
real.
you heard me. I like Steph Curry. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But as a person who grew up in Pennsylvania, I was pulling for the 76ers. My good friend from college, 76ers fan. But you guys blew it. You guys blew it in the last few minutes. You guys have to refine that process.
Cheers.
Refine that process, damn it.
Refine it.
Keep processing. Joel Embiid is
But
the
hey,
future.
don't give up either. Don't give up.
Yeah, we won't.
You guys made it to the playoffs. That's something, but unfortunately, you couldn't clutch it. You just
Yeah,
couldn't
they
do
definitely did it. They really proved
it.
that.
You brought us to overtime the other game, and you blew it.
Yeah, I
you
just
blew
throwing,
it. God
Ben
damn
Simmons
it.
was throwing that and that.
But hey,
Nobody can see what I'm doing.
Station all day. I got the football season to look forward to. Fucking A, if Pittsburgh had a basketball team, I'd be rooting for
It's
it.
not a shit show unless you say it's a shit show.
Yeah, it's somewhat of a shit show, but that's what you're listening to. That's what you signed on to. Rooftop Podcast.
Okay, let's back it up.
Rooftop
The shit show.
Podcast.
Episode number 3. Anyways,
Shout out Victory.
okay, so who's your take on who took a step back this year?
Who took a step back?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a Houston fan, I think the Clippers took a step back.
I really wonder why it took a step back.
I mean, see you later, Blake Griffin. See you later, Chris Paul. You got the
You're
coach's
tell-
son on your team.
You're
You got
telling me
nobody.
You're telling me Austin Rivers can't pick up the slack?
No, I mean, like, they were in the playoffs last year. I mean, it's because it was Chris Paul. But, they dropped everybody out there. Now a rebuilding team. There's no hope for them probably next year, I think.
Yeah.
The other
What do you
one,
think of Jerry West running them, though?
Jerry West is like a good consultant. You know, everybody needs one of those in the second row.
Yeah.
They're good people.
But he did help build the Warriors.
Yeah.
He, obviously with the Lakers.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
he's like the guru guy, right? That
He's the
everyone
NBA
He's the logo man.
Yeah, he's the NBA
He's what
logo.
everyone worships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So now he's running the Clippers. Do you think he made a good trade by trading Blake Griffin?
So you got rid of everybody.
I think Blake Griffin got the better end of the deal. I mean, honestly, don't we all think like? I mean,
I mean,
don't
he gets
think
the 170 million. So.
exactly, and I don't know. Blake Griffin just fits with the Pistons. I know they weren't going to win the playoffs this year, but they're coming up soon. Just like the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves were in the same era, that the freaking 76ers were in. They were ready to get those superstar young men that were like fucking like Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
and you got like Jeff Teague and Andrew Wiggins.
That's a
and all
team
them guys.
that's my team that took a big step forward this year.
Absolutely, they made it in.
You know, they've got it in, and they
Pelicans.
Oh yeah,
The Pelicans too.
Definitely.
They wiped the fucking Trailblazers off the trail.
They won a playoff
They
season.
blazed them off the trail.
They swept them.
They did.
And then, they blazed. All right.
What
Anyways,
if
the
the
Pelicans.
Pelicans had Boogie in the playoffs this year?
Dude,
I mean,
What do you think would have happened?
and actually,
What would happen
this
if
is what I-
Kyrie was there too? It's
Yeah.
like these I mean, they're doing that without these guys.
Yeah, and this is what I want to get to. Let's talk about the NBA offseason. July 1st is going to be maybe one of the biggest days
And then,
coming up. I mean,
century.
as far as sports going on, the NFL season's over.
It's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. We got the NBA Eastern Western Conference Championship, and
This is
then the
when-
NBA,
yeah.
the
Talk
finals.
about the NFL. I want
then-
to talk about the NFL.
No, we're talking about NBA. We're talking about the NBA. Stop.
And then July 1st is going to be a big. It's going to be a big day, you know, with free agency. So, what are your predictions? Where do you guys think LeBron James is going to go, Derek?
Philly.
Well, everything is just like a prediction. Nobody will know. It's true though. Like he has Philly as his market. Like I'm sure he wants to
why
play
Philly?
until his kid grows up and can be in the NBA, right? We saw that
Oh,
shit. Like, he
that's a
wants
good
to be in the
theory.
NBA.
That's a
So
good theory.
He's going to be really close in Philly. Like Ohio and Philly is a fucking 1 hour flight away.
Yeah.
He could still play for Philly and then come home and
Doesn't
play.
his life only live in California or something?
I mean, that's true. Like he could go. I mean, he could. He has a home everywhere, bro.
Okay,
he has made $250 million in 15 years, and that's just NBA salary, not even endorsements.
Right,
The guy's
yeah.
almost a billionaire.
Yeah,
great investment.
Well, he has that
He's
$1 billion.
amazing.
He does have a $1 billion contract
Isn't that crazy?
with Nike. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Lifetime.
okay, as far as LeBron James, where I think go to Philadelphia. Because here's my. I mean,
No bias.
and this honestly, if you look at it
Non-biased.
as a pure talent wise,
Totally non-biased opinion.
if you go to LA, you got to groom. The talent hasn't won yet. Yeah, they have young talent, but they have not won a thing. Okay, you could go to Houston. That is an option, but go to the Eastern Conference where he could still succeed. He dominated the Eastern Conference his whole career.
Yep.
Now you leave Cleveland. Cleveland's a dumpster fire. He is literally the only thing holding Cleveland alive.
Yeah.
You go to Philadelphia.
He's
You have,
basically carrying a burning piece of garbage. Too.
yeah. You have
Eastern
two.
Conference, probably the Stanley Cup.
You have two young stars in Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Okay, you got the shooting in Dario Saric.
JJ.
If Redick comes back, if Bellinelli comes back,
Yeah,
Ilyasova.
Pellinelli, gone.
I mean, if they could get them on good contracts, keep them. You know what I mean?
Europeans
They're
are
good players.
I think Europeans are the greatest freaking glue to teams too. Don't you? Like
Yeah,
they're amazing.
I mean,
for every
Philadelphia
team.
ran well. They got too young. That's what happened. But I mean, they didn't get too young.
They were
They just
rebuilding.
yeah,
the process.
yeah, the process.
Yeah.
LeBron finished the process. That's all I got.
And he's got 5 years left. Why not go to Philly and finish the process?
Because guess what? I don't know if there's a team that who else.
Houston.
I mean, okay. Do you think he fits Houston?
I think it would fit terrific in Houston. I think the only team. All right, so the West is the biggest shit show in the entire NBA. If you go to the West, the only team you could play for is the Warriors or the Rockets if you're going to win, and KD's already got that locked up, so why not go to the
I
Rockets?
don't know.
I mean, you can always go to Pittsburgh, go with the Steelers, you been tight end. I don't know if we can pay you, LeBron, but you can go down as that all-time athlete. You can have that one up on Jordan. Jordan did baseball, you did football. What's more physical? Football is more physical. Who has more Super Bowls? The Steelers have more Super Bowls. You want to get on this train?
Yeah,
You want to
we
get on
want
the
the
stairway,
most
bro? Join up with Pittsburgh.
Yo, Juju Smith-Schuster was an active recruiter for
I did see
LeBron
that.
James on the
LeBron's not
offense.
leaving basketball.
No, but
No.
He's a little too old for it, too.
LeBron, if
Poor
you want
guy.
the one-up, if you want to silence the haters saying that Michael Jordan's a better athlete than you. Join up with the football, man. Just sign out a 1-2 year contract. Get us to the Super Bowl. Get on the stairway to 7.
Yeah,
It'll be worth it.
Michael
It'll be
played
worth it.
baseball, not football.
I still think LeBron. I think Michael Jordan is a better athlete, regardless, than LeBron because he was just more athletic to do different sports. That's competitiveness. Like LeBron's amazing at what he does, but I think that's where Michael Jordan's got LeBron beaten.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's
we'll
a
get
good
to
one.
that later.
I think that's very like. Yeah.
Where do you guys think Paul George will go?
I think he stays.
You think he stays in OKC
No.
after all that drama?
Nope.
I think so. Yeah.
Lakers.
Why not go to the
Lakers.
go to the Rockets?
Yeah, Lakers. Based off of absolutely nothing, and none of my sources.
Because he's from LA. Yeah,
Joining him and
That's a good
Kawhi.
point.
And Lonzo Ball.
Could you see that?
see, that does not interest me at all.
Isaiah Thomas gone because this is the end of his contract. He's a backup to Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Paul George can be the star in LA,
He could.
and that's
There's
probably
Brandon Ingram though
maybe what he
too.
wants.
Brandon Ingram.
See, Brad Stevens just makes his point guards great.
He does. He made
think
Terry
about
Rozier an all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Rozier is now like the biggest trade chip. As far as like if you're the
He's a bluff.
Yeah.
Like Brad Stevens makes you incredible until he lets you go out of his grasp and he's like, you're just whoever you are.
Getting
Yeah.
rid of Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving was
That's
like a
incredible.
fucking laugh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like everybody in the NBA was like, "Oh, whoa," and then he just like laughed it off.
And that Brooklyn pick became like it might be like an 8th pick. So
Poor
that means
Brooklyn, R.I.P. That was another like they're terrible.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
that's
The last 3 years have been given away for Kevin Garnett, who has not played in I think 4 years.
But they literally traded away their future. Now
Jason
it's hitting.
Terry, who's been on like 3 teams since.
Yep.
And Paul Pierce, who, so
Paul Pierce.
So what'd you
just
give?
all kind of sucked at the end of their
So what would you
career.
give that trade? Like a D, maybe a C?
Oh, it's an A for the Celtics.
Like,
A plus
no,
plus.
for the
Plus,
Nets.
plus, plus.
For the Nets.
You got Tatum, Brown.
Yeah.
You got
Brad
the
Stevens.
Celtics.
Wasn't worth it.
The Celtics got Jason Tatum,
A lot.
Jaylen Brown,
Rookie.
and Kyrie Irving
Got
for
it.
that.
Smart, Al Horford.
Marcus Smart.
Al Horford.
All
Terry
for that
Rozier.
trade. All for that
Did
trade.
all that
Building a
stuff.
team, and now they're gonna go lose to LeBron probably.
Dude, Brad Stevens is gonna like surpass Pat Riley, and just like,
He's got to
His
win
career.
though. He's got to win because
oh yeah, he will though. I mean, he's
Pat-
young.
yeah, but you guys, everybody forgets that in the 1980s, Pat Riley won. I think what was it, like 5 NBA championships with the LA Lakers?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, he did win a lot. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So he's not there yet. I mean, he hasn't even got there, but he has a chance.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think.
and then he'll just be like a GM. Like Pat Riley's a GM or
Yeah.
president. What is he?
yeah, he's he picks the team.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Derek, any take on what you got with the NBA offseason?
Off season.
Yeah, we already talked about Bron and George.
I got a couple other people on my list. DeMarcus Cousins. He
Yeah.
seems pretty committed to New Orleans. He's an unrestricted free agent. He can test the market. Do you think anyone bites on him? He is.
It's the torn
top
Achilles
center-
that's going to get everybody.
It really will be tough, you know.
Yeah, I think he's like the toughest.
He's
free
the-
agent to like show up.
And DeAndre Jordan. He is your pure center, just
But
like
he's
Shaquille
30
O'Neal.
years old on the wrong
But
side.
he's on his
You
unrestricted
can't
free
give him a
agency.
5-year. Well, you can opt
No.
out,
Yeah.
but you can't give him a 5-year, $170 million deal.
Yep.
But
Yeah, he's
do you
not
give him the
moving.
3-year
Of course
90?
you can. You can pay anyone in the NBA.
Poor guy's got nothing to work with. If he's 30 years old and their team is now rebuilding, do you know how much work he's going to have to put in just to be the center of that team, let alone having to deal with like all that?
Yeah,
no
but
stardom
like
anymore.
making Matt's contract.
Well, where would
makes
he
that
go?
job a lot easier.
Yeah. What?
Where would DeAndre Jordan? That's a good question, Chris. Where would he go? You think? Like,
Open discussion. What do you think? Like,
I mean, could he go to Dallas like he did 3 years ago or 2 years ago?
Yeah, but then they locked him in that closet.
crazy
House.
offseason, crazy offseason thing. What if Hassan Whiteside is not very happy with how he's been played in Miami?
Sign and trade.
What if Hassan gets out of Miami and DeAndre Jordan goes and plays for Miami?
What's that evil laugh right there?
What do we got?
I think
What do you
one
got
of those
cooking in there?
3 big men are going to Washington.
And
Yeah.
Marcin Gortat, that random
Oh, he's
guy's
done.
out.
He's done.
But
Yeah.
how the thing is, Is his contract up?
I don't know if he's up, but last off season they weren't sure if he was going to play for them.
That's my thing. Like, if his contract's not up, like, you have to, if you want to get rid of him, you have to give something up. So they would have to give up. I mean, give or take, the best team to give up to is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They'll take on bad contracts.
Wait, you can just get rid of him too. Just get rid of Gortat, and then
Yeah, but they'll still have to pay him to get rid of his contract.
yeah.
They have to give
Someone's
I
got to
feel
sell
like
it.
in the NBA, it doesn't really matter too much.
It's tough because like we wanted to get rid of Ryan Anderson. He's like he's an older
well,
white
he's
guy.
But that was
a
back-
ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, he was
But that was
crazy.
also back
Nobody
in the
wanted
day
to
for
get that.
Carmelo Anthony. They
Yeah.
wanted Anthony. And that just didn't work out. And honestly, they should be happy that did not work out.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Ryan Anderson at this point because he knows his role better than Carmelo Anthony. But let's get to
Why are we talking about
even
Ryan
play?
Anderson?
yeah. Why are
Not in the playoffs that much.
You know what?
He
This is
doesn't play
what's
that
great. This is what's great about the rooftop.
I don't give a fuck.
Nobody
about Ryan
else
Anderson.
has ever talked about Ryan Anderson as much
Ever.
as the rooftop, and that's why you should.
He's got the
You
most
don't know that. You don't know that, man.
Yeah, we do. So let's get to player salaries. So we have a list on here of what every player makes, and I just want to start out with Paul Millsap of the Denver Nuggets is the third highest paid player in the league at $31 million a season.
He's at
So-
Supermax.
Yeah, So, what's your take on that?
I mean, if you're wondering if he earned his money, absolutely not. If he got a steal for just moving to Denver and
He
making
robbed
some
that
money,
team.
he got a robbery.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I got it right here. He's
Good
played
for Paul Millsap.
38 games in an 82 game season, averaged only 14 points.
That's pretty.
And he's the third highest paid player in the league.
In the entire league, he's supposed to be the number one man. And he was the biggest bust of the top five. I mean, obviously you get Steph Curry and LeBron.
he should be the biggest bust of anything. Like,
Yeah.
can you believe Paul Millsap's at $33 million a year? Third
Yeah.
highest paid player? He's ahead of guys like Anthony Davis. Kawhi's not there
Maybe
yet.
he was
But
injured.
15 spots ahead of Anthony
he's also,
Davis.
33 years old? What are they doing?
Yep.
I mean, I get that. Honestly, the Nuggets overachieved this year.
Well, they signed
But who
Peyton
else-
Manning. They believe in veterans.
Who else do you have on that list?
I mean, looking at the top 10 here, you're going to see your Blake Griffin, who's just moved to the Pistons, alongside of Andre Drummond. You know, that's two Detroit Pistons who are in the top 20 of the highest hope superstars in the league. You hope
And they
that
didn't
they
even make the playoffs.
Well, this year, you know, it was kind of a bust because Blake Griffin came right at the end of the trade deadline.
But you can't tell me in the Eastern Conference that
Yeah.
they have the two of the highest paid players in the top 20, and they didn't even make the playoffs. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
weren't they
Yeah.
right there, and then they kind of just fell apart.
I think it's going to be a crazy next season because Stan Van Gundy of the Detroit Pistons,
He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
They're looking for a new coach. I'm not sure if they hired one yet. I don't believe so
Dwayne
yet.
Casey.
Dwayne Casey.
Our favorite guy, Dwayne Casey.
And two superstars in the top 20 that can make your team incredible. Because you know
And
what?
then you can have him lose to LeBron.
DeRozan and Kyle Lowry are busts. Maybe, I don't know if it was the coaching, but they literally combined equaled what LeBron did to them in 4 games.
DeRozan and
Equal.
Lowry, they're always going to be your second and third best player you want on a team full of superstars.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what that is. As far as other players' salaries, what do you like Steph Curry at number 1?
Absolutely.
You like it?
Because when he signed that contract, it was straight off his MVP season. I think it was exactly duly needed.
Yeah.
And then you know, LeBron's right there behind him. And I assume wherever LeBron goes, he will be number 1 again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he wants. You know that. He's a money man and a businessman. But you know what my biggest one is number 5, the Boston Celtics, the number 1 paid player. Was Gordon Hayward off this past season,
Yeah.
who you didn't see all year long due to
Except
that
for 5
gruesome-
minutes.
5 minutes and then a gruesome ankle injury. I don't know if he's going to come back and be a new star player with Kyrie,
Would
if it's
you-
going to be a new team.
Would you try to trade him?
I think it'd be a great idea.
Because with Tatum and Brown, why not trade Gordon Hayward? I mean,
Get something out
what
of
could
him.
you get out of him? That's my thing. Because, like,
Yeah.
no team's going to offer you
Maybe like a new.
Guess
ankle.
who's going to need a small forward in the offseason?
the Cleveland
The
Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh! There we
Something
go!
in the works for
Oh,
next
you
year.
heard it first on the rooftop. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Do you think they trade that Brooklyn pick for Gordon Hayward?
I'm sure it's in the works. I'm sure it's already in the works.
Talked about, man. I'm sure they talked about.
Wow.
They pay those men to talk about the possibilities, the potential.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
That's all it's about is potential.
which player do you think is?
Opportunity. It's about opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. And how to optimize potential. I was talking about this earlier. Like you definitely want to
Get
provide
closer.
to provide your players with the proper resources in order to utilize their fullest potential. Because that's what any organization wants. If you can't do that, like you're failing. I'm sorry, but I feel like any professional organization knows this. They have the proper resources available for their players, and for the players that don't have those resources, they recognize it and they appreciate it, and it definitely plays into their decision on where they want to further their careers.
Yeah. I mean,
feel like there's been more than this.
you get an X amount of salary cap, and the Sixers are someone who actually have enough money to go out and pay LeBron what he thinks is duly noted to him.
Salary is one thing, legacy is another. Every player wants to be the guy, the franchise player, right? The number one. All right?
So you see him staying in Cleveland?
I do,
Yeah?
100%. Because that just goes into to the person, to his legacy.
Yeah.
The legacy to a player, in my opinion, and to the individual is worth more than the organization.
But Sean,
if you're playing at the level, if you're putting in all that work, all the effort,
But I don't want to interrupt you with
Go
that.
ahead.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt you, but LeBron with the legacy with the team, he literally won the championship with Cleveland. That was his legacy. That's why he came back to Cleveland. He said, I just want one more with Cleveland. I want one. Or not one more, excuse me. He just wanted one. That's over with. He won it with Cleveland. Now, go on and make yourself Jordan. Get yourself past Jordan. Okay? Go join the Philadelphia 76ers, in my opinion. And then that's all I got.
Did Jordan leave the Bulls?
Yes.
But it's a different
He
era.
did leave the Bulls.
Yeah.
He went to go play baseball.
But
he went
that's
to
different. It's a different
he
sport.
left
Did
He
he?
also went to Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. People do
went
their
places.
own legacy.
Did he win a championship in Washington?
Yeah, no, he
Absolutely.
sucked.
No.
But
So he sucked. LeBron won a championship with the Heat.
Two.
So
Yeah, but he couldn't win.
There you go. That's a part of his advantage. All right. That goes into.
But why
the
is
whole
it his
debate.
fault that Cleveland drafted him? Go to a
It's
team where
not
you
his
won
fault.
a
He won in
championship.
Cleveland. He grew up in Cleveland.
Okay, but Cleveland didn't have a Dwayne Wade or a Chris Bosh. Chicago had a
Worse.
Dennis Rodman and
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, Scottie Pippen. So he had to go find that talent, go to another team.
Yep.
Now he's back at Cleveland. Okay, they win.
No, that's not.
No, cement your legacy and go to whatever team you
That's what
think
Kevin
that's
Durant
best.
did.
Yeah.
And you know what? People were pissed for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. But you get over it because you know what? In the end, Kevin Durant did exactly what Kevin Durant wanted to do, win a championship. Imagine if you get the two choices between the Houston Rockets or the Sixers. Both of them have the potential right now with LeBron James on
For the
their
next
team
5 years.
to get a championship.
It's not- it's-
exactly
it's-
what he
it's
needs.
not- it's
rings.
not about
He
a
needs
championship.
Rings. He needs rings.
See, in Cleveland it was, though.
It's about a legacy. It's about breaking records,
you gotta
in
get
my
that
opinion.
same-
And this is why I want to move this conversation,
You gotta
but
get
we're going to
seven.
shift right to Michael Jordan versus LeBron.
yeah.
Who's the best
Let's
player?
get
And
on.
Sean,
Probably
Sean,
makes
I
sense.
want you here.
We're gonna go shift. We're gonna shift.
Sean,
that.
I want-
We're gonna
Does,
shift forward.
does LeBron have a season where he can stand out and be like, I was the greatest, I was in my prime, I was the best? Does he have that season yet?
Pretty much like
Jordan
the last
has
8
the
years of
90-91.
his career.
What does LeBron have?
I think, I mean, I love James Harden as the MVP, but LeBron James had 15 years in the league,
LeBron James.
and he puts up these kind of numbers with 82 perfect games, perfect attendance. He earned every
Well,
dollar.
no one cares about that. Sometimes you gotta ditch school.
There
you know,
you
you
go.
gotta take a break.
And he has the first 14 years, but now he is earning his keep. Like LeBron James is just passing Michael Jordan in every statistic you want to throw at the table, minus rings.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's the most important one.
You know, and that's all that matters in basketball. If that's all it takes to be the greatest of all time, he can have it. But LeBron,
I mean,
is
all he has to
generational
do,
talent. Of
all
our
he has to
age.
do is get to 6 or 7. He has to get to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like Tom Brady. Like everyone said, Joe Montana's the best, but then once Tom Brady got to like 5 and 3 or 4, whatever he's at right now.
You
Like,
look
But
at
see, that's
I
different
think it's
because, like,
indisputable.
well, what about Bill Russell? He had, like, what, 12?
That's true.
Appearances?
No,
Okay.
wins.
Oh, wins.
in the American basketball league.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different league. It's
yeah,
the
it doesn't
1960s.
count.
Bill Russell's 6'10", and he's dominant. And everybody else is 6'3".
Yeah, I can't even
tallest.
compare that. It's so
Yeah,
tough.
I mean, we'll never be able to talk about. I mean, we could talk about what we know, but we'll never
Yeah.
be able to talk about.
Experience and all
Yeah,
that.
we're not from that timeline,
No.
so you did not hear that first at the rooftop. But
Shout out the rooftop.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I think LeBron.
You think LeBron's the best? Why?
Sports needs the rooftop. Sports needs the rooftop.
LeBron.
LeBron can do what he wants. He makes money moves. He's gonna be a
But
billionaire one.
why's your take on him being the best over Jordan?
He's bigger. Well, all
Potential.
right. So look, they're
Potential.
two different. They're two different basketball players.
That is true.
One's a small forward, one's a shooting guard.
Yes, and they played a totally different style. Totally different style of how they won games and how they made themselves the GOAT.
Yeah.
So it is, to be honest, it's the biggest discussion in everything you watch.
Oh, it's the biggest
Yeah,
discussion in sports.
So
No matter.
I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
But in sports, it's like, you know, you got Tom Brady, Joe Montana. I think the majority of the audience knows that Brady's the GOAT. You know what I mean? He might not be the best pure. I mean, Aaron Rodgers might be the best pure quarterback of all time, but majority everybody knows Brady's the GOAT. You know?
You are GOAT.
Yeah,
You get it.
and then
Even losing to the Eagles, you GOAT.
yeah.
Yeah.
He lost
Eagles
to
were
a backup
incredible.
quarterback.
Close.
But
That was the Eagles season regardless. Dilly dilly.
yeah,
Dilly
Dilly, take a chug, everybody.
Yay.
Hey, hey.
More beer.
I'm out.
Yeah, Chris is out. Sideline reporter's out. Anyways,
Time out.
yeah, he's gonna go get more. We're not taking a timeout.
We're live.
But as far as like the LeBron and Michael debate, I will always go with LeBron.
Really? Oh, because
Yeah.
we grew up with LeBron.
We
That's
grew up
our
with
man.
LeBron.
Yeah, that's true.
And that is our man. I agree with that. And to this day, I don't think there will ever be a player better than LeBron. When you watch what he does on the court, maybe because I didn't get to see Michael in the.
We didn't see every game. We
Yeah.
didn't tune into ESPN and they're like, look what LeBron or look what Michael Jordan did today.
Yeah,
We get
and-
to see the highlights and listen to our
What
parents
we're
talk
saying is
about
that
it.
we're biased? Is that what we're saying?
I think he's
Is
a
that
gener-
what I'm hearing?
Yeah, biased, and he's a generational talent. Like, he is our dominant man in the sport of NBA for
He's
this
like
time.
20 years ahead of generation.
Do you think we'll see a LeBron and Michael in the next 20 years again? Because, like, I love Ben Simmons, but he's not there. He'll never be there. He's going to be a great
It's
player,
an
but
evolution of
shoot.
position. It's always an evolution of position, and I think Ben Simmons is the next evolution of small forward.
yeah. Well, he's a power forward.
Nice.
Okay.
I think you got to look at the game, how the game is changing. And to me,
Always
that's universal. That's to any sport. As the game changes, new players will emerge. They will adapt to the new rules.
And that was the big Steph Curry debate.
Even talking about football, the football we're playing today is not the same football we were playing 30 years ago.
Or next year, even.
Right, so many rules. The rules are changing. It's affecting how players play. It's affecting how coaches strategize. In my opinion.
And I think that's why, I'm going to use some bias. I think that's why James Harden gets to be MVP these last couple years. People call it a flop, and that's fairly right. But he is playing the rules of basketball in today's era to an absolute maximum, and he wins doing it. That's what makes him so great. You lose at playing the rules of basketball against James Harden.
Yeah.
I agree.
that
You
something?
see all those like crazy things on. Yeah. Yeah.
We got live poll at the rooftop.
Yeah, we
too.
got
You
live
should be
poll.
here. You should be here. Like and subscribe. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
Hey, real life.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, with the LeBron and Michael debate, do you think it will ever end? Do you think we'll ever have a winner?
Nope.
At the end of his career, I can't
Not-
wait for the debate that someone has.
I
At
mean,
the end.
how many does LeBron have to get to? We said
He's at 3, he needs 6 to
needs
tie.
four. He
And he
needs
can
tie.
get to
So
6.
if
he
he
could
gets
get
to
to 6.
7,
He's only
He
got
needs
5
4
years.
more.
He's got to go 3 for 5.
He needs
in
4
next
more to be
East.
Tom Brady.
then he will pass
No one-
MJ if he would beat that. If he would beat MJ's
I mean,
record-
he'd be at that point. He's already been to what, 8?
Yeah, but no one
Or
gives
7
a fuck about
or 8.
that. No one gives a fuck
Yeah.
if you've had the same and you've been to like 8.
No, it's not
like,
about being the same.
oh,
Like we're
yes.
adding if he gets to 6, and then at that point, how many times he's been there?
Yeah, I mean that's all you earn
Yeah,
for
no
GOAT
one-
status.
no one
That's
cares
how
if
you
you
earn
tie.
GOAT status. Other than
Yes.
that, you're just considered a generational
Yeah,
talent.
yeah.
Michael
Like a-
Jordan is GOAT for 6 wins in the championships, and until
Do you
that,
think Kobe Bryant's a generation talent, or do you think he's up there at the GOAT? Because I was having this debate
I think
today.
he's GOAT league.
You think?
I think he's GOAT league.
I
think
never
he's,
put him in my top 5. I love Kobe Bryant. I think he's one of the greatest of all time, but he's still not my top 5. I think 1, I'm going with James. 2 with Jordan. 3 with Kareem. And then 4, I'm actually going Shaq.
Shaq's
And then
talent.
5, I'm going with Dr. J. Philadelphia.
Not Magic.
Non-biased.
Magic's my 6th.
yeah, he's just outside.
Yeah, but that's mine.
I like Kobe, but
You like Kobe?
You know he's got that new thing called On Detail.
Yeah.
You ever heard about that?
I haven't
Plus.
chimed into it though.
Yeah, it's on ESPN Plus. I did like the free trial. Actually.
Yeah.
And what he does is literally the games that they
Fuck
play.
ESPN.
He goes into the film room and
Shout out
goes through the
ESPN.
plays to show you what
All
went
love
wrong
the
and what
yellow.
you should be doing. And I watched 2 episodes of it. Loved it. He breaks
Really?
down current games and tells you like, oh man, Mitchell should have cut to the basket here. Like that's all wrong. That's all wrong.
He's literally a Tony Romo.
He won an Emmy,
Did the
right?
same thing.
He
Yeah.
won an
Okay.
Emmy. I think he won an award.
Oh,
or
yeah, he
something,
did.
too.
He
Like
did.
the guy's a genius.
Okay, so that's going to wrap up the NBA talk.
Yeah.
But I want to talk one more thing. And this is for our man Szynsko, who we don't think will be here in about a week. He's going to New York. We'll never see him again. We love you.
Oh no.
Hey
no.
man,
We'll
it's,
see you
it's,
again.
it's all about life. Life is one big journey. I'm
Yeah.
a born New
So
Yorker, even though I'm a Pittsburgh fan. I am a born New Yorker.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have that New York attitude, that New York grit.
OBJ.
That's the kind of person I am.
Yeah, that grit. Anyways, so let's talk about what you wanted to talk about.
All right.
With audience, if you're still here, I want to talk about
The real
Yeah,
ones.
Prepare yourself.
the
Prepare
NFL
yourself.
PED and what's your take on it. So,
So
Szynsko,
um,
aka Sean, this
it-
is your time.
it
Go.
is today. We are recording this on May. What is it? The 9th? The 10th?
Sure.
The 11th.
That was the 11th, everybody.
Mark.
God.
We're all
Mark.
through.
well,
Let's go.
Whatever.
Let's go.
Mark Ingram got a 4-game suspension on PEDs. Here's my take.
Deserve.
Should pain pills be considered a performance-enhancing drug?
No.
I think that if you're going to normalize the use of pain pills in the NFL, why shouldn't we be open-minded to other options
Like weed.
for players? Sure, like marijuana, but obviously, in my opinion, pain pills do enhance the performance of players. If a player's in pain and if they can't take something to remedy that, they're going to play differently. Their performance is going to differ. But as we were talking about earlier, off the record, pain pills have kind of always been there.
Yeah, no, you're right. They've been
And-
there for the past 30 years.
Yep, and I get it. If it's to alleviate a symptom caused by playing
A rough
professional,
sport.
per football at that level.
But why not smoke weed? Something that's harmless, right?
Sure, and especially in the states where it's legalized anyway.
Yeah.
But weeds even to the side. What constitutes a performance-enhancing drug? Because obviously you're going to play differently if you're not on those pain pills.
Okay, so you're basically just saying get rid of the pain pills.
But legalize.
I'm saying
Legalize weed. That's what we're all about. Like, let's be real. We all want to
Get
legalize
rid of the
weed.
pain pills or
I'm
legalize
saying
it.
broaden the options for players because options empower.
Yeah.
And there was even I was watching a Bleacher Report. Shout out Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
About
No shout out, no free ads.
about
No free ads.
how like 80%
fuck that,
of
no
players
free ads.
are already use weed. They just find ways to get around it. As long as you pass that initial drug test, you're good to go for the rest of the season. You
James Harrison.
you may have caught my snippet with Martavis Bryant leaving my Steelers for the Raiders, and hey, I wish you the best of luck. But weed, in my opinion, marijuana has its medical benefits. Not saying that people can abuse it, but it definitely helps out people with different ailments, with different conditions.
It does.
So this
does,
is Sean's
it does.
take on why marijuana
But
should be
here's
legal.
it's not even about marijuana. Should pain pills be considered a performance enhancing drug?
And you're asking our audience.
Thank you.
Nope, they're part of football.
And you're asking our audience.
Comment below.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. Comment below on
Do
what
you
you're
want to
thinking.
see John Schmo fucking play left tackle in football because their left tackle got hurt?
Anyways, that's Sazensko's take on if should PEDs be illegal or legal. We got to it. I would like to wrap up today's episode.
Fuck it, that's it.
No, so we're not going to get to that because, Cody, what'd you think of today's episode?
Bigger shit show than it's ever been, and I love it.
Yep. Sazensko?
I thought it was very interesting. I'm definitely very grateful and honored to be on the
Right, we're
Rooftop
gonna miss you, too.
Podcast.
We're gonna miss you as well.
Absolutely. Dilly dilly to you.
Dilly
bro.
dilly.
Hey, man,
There is no harm
I'm
in the
just living life, bro. I'm literally just living life. It's just a question, that's something I was wondering because Mark was saying, "Heck with this PE with this whole PE."
All right, so we're gonna cut Sean off. He's talked.
What constitutes a PED?
Okay.
It's a PED, it's a pet. A pet.
So Chris, our sideline reporter, we'll see you every week. What'd you think of today's episode?
I think it was good. I think there was some very annoying stuff to it too. Sorry, and that's all I gotta say.
Okay, and Derek,
man.
we did enjoy having you on. Will you be back?
Oh, I'll most definitely be back.
Okay, and we hope to be more organized next time. But
No, this is terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, hey, this is probably an hour and 2 minutes into the entire episode. If you're still here, you're the real one. So, other than that, thanks for fucking tuning in.
yeah,
That's about it.
and hey, give us a follow on Facebook.
Please.
You can go to my profile. I share it every week. Go to our
just
YouTube.
share it. Just share it.
Go to our
Don't
YouTube.
even listen to it.
Yeah.
Just share it.
Hey.
Share it with all your
Hey,
friends.
subscribe and like. We're out at the rooftop.
If you just like
See ya.